David O'Flaherty traveled more than 10,000 kilometers from South Korea to take the Cider and Perry Production Foundation course at Brock University.
Cider, we believe, is going to be the new thing that's really going to take off in Korea. So came to learn the basics, the foundations.
While the cider industry is booming here in Canada with more than 100 producers, in South Korea there are only a handful. The 46-year-old, originally from Ottawa, has lived in South Korea for 17 years and received funding from the Seoul Global Startup Center to travel here for the 5-day intensive course offered by Brock School Climate Enology and Viticulture Institute. He says these lectures, lab work, cider making, and tastings will help him craft his own ciders back in South Korea this fall.
It's going to be called DMZ orchards. So the DMZ is the demilitarized zone. So our orchard, which we have in Korea, is right up by the demilitarized zone, right up by North Korea, where it's very clean and pure out there. And in Koreans' minds anyway, when they think of the DMZ, they think of pure natural water, unspoiled beauty.
He has about 10 acres of apple orchards and says there are only about 4 or 5 commercially available apple types in Korea.
But Korea also has a lot of wild fruit and a lot of interesting things which we can add to it. Even if you're just using the Fuji apples, we also have Siberian and Manchurian crab apples and quince and a whole lot of things that we can add to it, to add things like tannin. So I think we can make a pretty interesting flavor profile with the apples that we have at hand in Korea.
To date, more than 100 students have earned the foundation certificate in cider and Perry production through Covey, and advanced level courses were launched earlier this year.